Yo, 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 what up, what up, what up, what up? Tammy Holloway, you in here? What's good? Cheyenne, what's cracking? Hey, I'm on some late night fat boy shit. Drew. Hold on, let me put my headphones up, make sure I can hear you.
Yo, Noble.
Yo, what up?
Can you hear me, bro?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I gotta have headphones on when I'm because I
hold on, man.
Micing up.
Hold them up.
Carlos, what up? Gary, what's good? Jason McDougal Google.
Yo, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. I can hear you. What's good with you?
I'm chilling, broskies.
Tanisha, what up? What up? Miss Potolo. Serious dog star is Toto.
What's good, everybody?
Wapak on Stone Mountain. Man. Small business card. It's ready to be verified. Talking about, man. Yeah. Yo, what up, everybody? I ain't on the YouTube side, man, but do me a favor, man. Put all the put the thumbs up real fast. We're gonna go live at 9 o'clock. Do a quick little pre-show for you. What up, Z? Z Chatty Patty. What's happening? Hey, this is all right. Well, I got me some. Y'all see that? Got me some cookies and cream coconut milk. hey, non-dairy. Hey, tell them, Jew, I used to eat 2 meats in one side.
Am I came to my crib, right? Am I came to my crib?
Oh.
Hey, that ma, what you had, your beer?
Hey, Drew's wife made some meatloaf. And I forget what the other meat was. I don't want 2 sides and 1 meat. I want 2 meats and 1 side. Told y'all Drew used to fuck with me and said, my shit.
Hey, and your key lime pie.
Hell yeah, nigga. I love me some key lime pie, man. I ain't had no vegan key lime. I ain't seen it yet. But yeah, man, I'm a lemon lime dude. Prince Nakeem, what it do? Sanchia was good. Man, everybody click the thumbs up button, man. We're gonna go live. We'll get started at 9 o'clock. And shit, I meant to text old Abby. Meant to text Erykah the motherfucking link. And shit.
I tweeted her, man.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So, Abby. Oh, shit. But yeah, man, what's on your mind real fast, man? Y'all got a question, comment on something before we get this party started? Ooh, wait till I show y'all the flyer of what we got coming up on the 18th. You know what?
That's gonna piss them off, man.
Hey, look. Fuck it. I don't care no more. No, I'm saying. I'm tired of holding back. I think I've been holding back entirely way too long. I'm tired of it. And so I'm going just fuck it. Usually I'll retreat and come off the gas and be like, I ain't gonna even do it. But fuck it. Today is motherfucking Erykah Badu Voodoo pussy. Motherfucking last week it was motherfucking side chicks or motherfucking fantasy wives. Listen, and I'm telling y'all what's coming up on this Rittenhouse shit.
Y'all Yeah, y'all had to excuse my homie. He's taking on the Jew side of the equation.
Yeah. Right.
This is a Mars transit that is pushing forth
What that nigga at anyway?
the fire.
Where that nigga at?
He over there. So in Scorpio, man.
Yeah. He down. Oh, he down in my fifth. Watch that nigga.
I had no kids, nigga.
You ain't lying. You ain't lying about that shit. Oh, you gotta. I don't. But hey, listen, nigga. I don't give a fuck what y'all tell me. My motherfucking pull-out game is immaculate, nigga. I don't give a fuck, nigga. Married ain't nothing and shit.
Ain't no shooting up the club with beer.
Hell no.
Okay.
You gotta be stressful out on the fall.
I know you would. That
motherfucking pregnancy is driving me crazy right now. Yeah, nigga. I'm like my daddy on that shit. That nigga only had one kid. He wasn't playing.
You would hire a nanny.
Yeah, I had kids give me a nanny, a chef, and somebody that's gonna do homeschool.
Yes.
And that takes my finances got me in a certain position to play that game. I ain't playing that shit. I ain't got time for no damn diapers and milk and shit. And
diapers.
Yeah, no, sorry. I don't want no piece of the other. That's it.
Boy.
No, sir.
Being up 2-3 o'clock in the morning.
Urban J, what up?
Ooh.
Man, I'm cool, man.
Ooh.
Saturn and Leo. Lisa L. Phoenix Sundance, where you been at? You making the sun come out or you making it rain? What you been doing, Sundance?
That's Lisa?
Yeah, that's Lisa.
Okay, what up,
Lisa in the Coke Jam. What up,
Herb, Monica?
You know what I'm saying?
Santia.
Yeah.
Sajda, if I'm pronouncing that right.
Sajda, assalamu alaikum. Rahman to Allah. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, I better get ready for this Rittenhouse Death Star prophecy on the 18th. We're going old school. I'm gonna show you what this Rittenhouse shit is all about.
Hey, man. Y'all got to be prepared to come and listen to that, man. Y'all got to be you got to let go of all of your preconceived notions of what you think is going on down here. Because it's never what it looked like. Well, not never, but a lot of times, I put it to you this way. When it comes to the black and white issue and government, it's always something else going on because it's a lot of unfinished business.
Yeah. Unfinished business.
A lot of unfinished business. It's a lot of emotional turbulence. Hey man, I'm gonna tell you too, man. See, we're gonna talk about it tonight a little bit though, but listen, everybody saw, you know how they beat the beard, the America.
Oh God.
Man, let me tell you people something, boy. We gonna talk about some of these privileges tonight, cause see, Venus has a sense of entitlement too.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna get started in 3 minutes. Excuse me, I gotta watch this camera, man. Somebody just pulled up by my truck and shit.
I know that sound. That's that green camera.
Yeah, they don't live in this motherfucking either.
I see you, Lisa. Lisa said she making it shine and rain.
Oh, I believe it. I seen Lisa make it rain when we was in Mississippi on that goddamn Emerald Mound.
Hey, that's the time we went through there, and was you nervous back there through them back roads?
Nigga, I was high as fuck. Nigga, I had like 4 gummies and forgot that they were edible. Yeah.
She snuck them gummies in on a lot of people on that trip.
I feel like, oh, okay. My fat greedy ass, that was my favorite candy, gummy bears. My ass forgot that they was edible. So we riding up the road, nigga. I start acting like motherfucking Craig on Friday. I know I had this conversation with myself, and I was like, nigga, what's wrong with you? Like, nigga, you high, nigga? What the? And I'm like, oh shit, I forgot. I had the gummy. We in backwoods, Mississippi. Oh hell no.
Hey, and then look, if one of the trucks or something, we was low on gas or something, weren't we? Trying to get to a gas station.
Backwoods, Mississippi.
Backwood, Mississippi. They look like they had their shotguns.
Yeah. Wait. The unique thing was it was nothing but niggas back there.
When we pulled up in the gas station,
niggas was everywhere back there, and I'm like, man, oh, shit, this was different.
Man,
yeah, man. But I was motherfucking I was definitely alert because I don't fuck with Mississippi. Mississippi got the most lynching of niggas, and my perception of Mississippi, I don't fuck with them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. We done been everywhere through this joint, man.
I don't fuck with Mississippi, man.
We gonna do that again. We gonna start that again.
Oh yeah. What up, Eric? Yeah, hold on. Let me put this ice cream up, man, and then we get ready to start. Hold on.
Okay, all right. What's up, fam? What's good? What's good? Yeah, man. We was in Mississippi, man. The Yari. We was down in Mississippi. We had like 2 vans full of people, and we were just trying to get to a gas station, trying to get to the mounds, man. You know, we done been all over, man. We had so many experiences over this last decade. Some of the stuff I didn't forgot, man, but good times with good people. Shout out to all the people that came out on those trips with us when we was activating the grid, like for real, man. For real. You know. But yeah, get the likes up, everybody. You know, hit that like button, subscribe, share. If you're new to the channel tonight, we appreciate you guys coming through to kick it with the priesthood. You know, we here to cover a few topics tonight on some science, though. Anytime we have a conversation, it's always going to be some of the craft involved, whether it be the cosmic craft, the quantum craft, whatever it is, man. You know. So yeah, man, get the likes up. You know, comment, share, all that good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Hold on, let me get my phone situated where I can watch this camera, man. I need to put me a goddamn screen on this wall is what I need to do. But yeah, man, where we at, man? So it's 9:00, man. So welcome to Hip Hop Astrology TV, man. I'm your host, Noble Ampu. Got my partner with me, Minister Jew. Together we are the priesthood, man. We man, really real fast, man. We just wanted to have a quick conversation and show you the irony, the beauty of the cosmos real fast, and absolutely give you some prelude information into the upcoming free webinar that we having on the 18th. All right. So in fact, let me see something real fast. Can I share my screen? Let me see something real fast. Let me see if y'all can see. All right, can you see that? You see that, Drew?
Yeah, I see it, bro.
All right, man. So on the 18th, man, we doing this joint called Rittenhouse Death Star Eclipse. Niggas say sorry. All right, it's gonna be on the 18th at 8 p.m. Eastern, because the verdict came on the eve or came on the eclipse. All right, so it's absolutely relative to the astro science. All right, niggas say sorry. We just gonna motherfucking maybe we give up the reason why niggas need to say sorry and whatnot. But We definitely gonna get it in that Saturday webinar. Why niggas need to say sorry, because the truth of the matter is, man, you ain't keeping it. Black folks ain't keeping it all the way funky. In fact, I'm going to go on the record and say, historically speaking, in America, and rightfully so, it's easy to understand, but we're absolutely the most ungrateful, out of touch people there is when it comes to race relations, because we're just so we're so beat up from the imagery of the past that activates a DNA marker inside of us. You know, anytime you see police brutality, things of that nature, unjustified shit, it puts you back into a state of civil rights and ultimately puts you back into a state of slavery. So I'm very clear in understanding of where that trauma exists. However, there's a whole nother side of the ledger that is way more glorious than that shit. You know what I'm saying? That actually points to our success and actually points to, I like to call names and events and people that was instrumental in making this whole goddamn thing work in our favor. You understand what I'm saying? So everybody in the building is a love Harriet Tubman. You know what I'm saying? But if I say Colonel James Montgomery, you wouldn't even know who that was. But Colonel James Montgomery was somebody who gave Harriet Tubman guns. You understand what I'm saying? He was the one that was supplying her with the ammunition. You did. So a lot of people don't know. You know, it's just a lot of shit that we don't know. And we always like to tell the story from the side of victory, from the winning side. We don't tell the losing side. You know what I'm saying? We tell the winning side. Because, see, here's the question, right? Here's the question. See, the question that you're going to really have to evolve and get to is, okay, where are the ancestors and God at? So if there's a lot of devil worship, you know what I'm saying? Like right now, I got Keish hitting me up and she telling me about, you know, the satanic set, people into set worship and shit like that. Cool, fine and dandy. Here go the question though. Where is your God? Is he on break? Did he get these niggas to pass? Do he not know? Because then that really contradicts what I thought God was, him not knowing. You know what I'm saying? Where is God and the ancestors in on all this shit? And so it's like, we got to grow up and get to the understanding of what this God is. You understand what I'm saying? You may be thinking it's a physical being off in some lofty place, but what if it ain't? What if it's just the invisible streams of consciousness and that later trickles itself down into some type of personification of a human psychology, an event, a mindset. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because even when you see God and you're like, oh, there you go. The thing that you see, I guarantee you this. I guarantee you there's going to be an invisible aspect of that which is making the visible visible. You understand what I'm saying? Because everything that's visible has something that's inside of that which you see that is creating the function of the visible thing. So the moment that you think that you see the God, it's going to be something that's invisible that's making that run. So then that thing that you see is God can't be it.
In other words, you're mistaking the world of effects for the world of causes.
All day.
And when what you see, you think that that's the source, but that's the after effect of what the source has summoned or projected, whether as an individual or through collective thought. And I also want to touch on Simon Brown. Somebody in the comment section says, Harriet Tubman never existed. She was created like Nat Turner. Now let's just take that as an example. Let's just say that's true, right?
Ooh.
Let's just say that's true. What good and purpose does it serve? Because when most people say that, it's coming from the vein of they're tricking us.
Right.
They're lying to us.
Right.
So the question is this. If we did get free,
mm-hmm.
and we're sitting right here doing YouTube commentaries, opening businesses, flourishing in real estate, coaching, all these things we're doing, right? In whatever respective field that you're in, whatever talent, whatever dream, whatever, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, that it is made up. What good and purpose does it serve the people? What good does it serve? Why would you give me a mythical person that actually helps get us free?
To light the look at this, Simon. Think about this. So now it's a good chance that it wasn't Black folks who created the mythical figure of Harriet Tubman. If it was Black folks, interesting, because it got into the mainstream society at that time, known as plantation owners and all that shit. But if it was a white person who created it, then clearly their side was not Confederate, because Confederate was the person who had the slaves. So it wouldn't be in their interest as a Confederate author to write such story, right? So that don't make sense. So now if it's a European that's on the Union side or somebody that's outside of the Civil War, their sentiment is on the side of Black people to create this woman who they then called Black Moses. That's interesting, because now they put a spiritual connotation to it, a biblical reference to it. And this was a person to lead you up out of your Exodus. So now whoever's writing this fictional story of Harriet Tubman is priming the psyche of the people of that time and people of us right now to believe that there was someone who had strength and courage to get us past the most critical point of history for Black folks, which now serves what? Our greater good. So I hope she is made up. I hope she's so goddamn made up that they make a $20 bill and take a homeboy off and put her on there, right? Because that's telling the narrative and creating something from the mind that is going to remedy the biggest issue that we have historically on this landmass. So that's a dope ass story if they made it up.
So again, we're always looking to find out what angle is the victory, which is a key word for Venus too.
Yeah.
Victory.
Victory, Nizak.
Right? So, you know,
this astro shit, man. Yeah. And we can get into that conversation. So I know if you're just now seeing this video, for people who chimed in, or you chimed in late, but you at this particular point, we started like 15 minutes early as a pre-show. We're gonna touch on the topic real fast, which is this real simple. And then we get into some great conversation. We talking about Erykah Badu. What hit the news, man? What hit the news, Drew? Badula.
Oh, I thought you were talking about one of the comments. But yeah, so I was talking to Noble earlier, man, and we was I don't even know how we got on the subject. You were talking about some of the previous YouTubes you had did.
Yeah.
And you know, the feminine energy was involved in the conversations, the latest conversations. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, man, bro, did you see Badu? She booed up, man. She got a young boy too. And you know, the arguments and conversation on social media have been, oh well, yeah, you know, she's like 50 plus. And I saw her make a tweet where she spoke about, why do people always bring up her age? You know, why is this ageism in relationship to relationships? And I found that interesting because a lot of times the conversation gets flipped on its head when it's the other way around, when it's the older man dating the younger woman. And I just was like, man, have you seen that? He's like, man, no, you see it? I'm like, yeah, no, man, she booed up with a young boy, man. They booed up, bro. And you know, and we was talking about I was like, man, Venus about to go retrograde, ain't she? He was like, yeah. And if anybody that listened to me and Ampu, the conversations that we have, one for me, this is just me. Woman with Venus in Aquarius.
Hey, y'all all right with me?
I know. I know. But those are one of the markers where it can potentially be problematic. But and so we were just, I'm like, that she got it over there. And so when he went to look, he was like, nah, man, she actually got it in Cap. And we were both kind of floored, like, Cap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then he was like, oh, so that's why she's in the news. Because of you know, Venus is about to retrograde on her Venus.
Yeah, all day. I'm gonna show y'all. Hold on, let me go get the slide real fast. Well, let me make the slide real fast. I'm gonna show y'all a keyword for Venus, ladies and gentlemen. Then I'm gonna show you the astronomical aspect of what's going on in the sky and why she will come out at this particular time. Now, let me tell you something. Erykah Badu knows this science. How proficient she is in it, I don't know. I'm not guessing. This ain't rhetoric. I have firsthand information that she knows this science. And I ain't talking about somebody else told me or had a conversation. I know who she was rolling with and knew who her spiritual advisor was that dealt with this particular science, okay? And so she knows this science without a shadow of a doubt. And so what happened is, let me share my screen real fast. Boom, boom. Hold on. I sound like I hear my tenant. All right. Can y'all see my screen?
Oh yeah, I can see it, the beer.
All right, cool. So what I'm gonna do first is let me hide this. All right, so Badu was born on February 26th, Savior's Day, 1971. A savior was born. We're talking about the reincarnation of Master Farah Muhammad, potentially, right? But the point is, she was born with Venus right here at the hind of Sagittarius, which in our science, she was born with Venus in Capricorn. As you see, Venus look like it's going towards the head of the goat. Okay. Now keep this position. We're talking about the hind of Sagittarius going towards the head of the goat. Okay. On February 26, 1971. Well, on 2021 of 12/4, shout out to Jay, that's his birthday. All right. This is when she went on Instagram and she made that post, okay, on the eclipse. Where is Venus at, ladies and gentlemen? You see the date. I ain't making this shit up. Is it not in the same position?
Yes.
Absolutely. So she's having what's called a Venus return to the same spot to where it was when she was born, okay? On average, this happens once a year, but it don't happen at the exact same time of year on a precise day. But on average about once a year for sure, right? So when you start looking at keywords here for Venus, if you go to the left-hand column, you will see marriage, okay? You see marriage over there, okay? You will see females, beauty as well. And so the whole thing is, this whole thing was dealing about relationships because Venus rules Libra. Libra is relationships. So when she took to her social media, as you can see, you know, this is what she said on Instagram. Because the fourth was an eclipse too. Solar eclipse dump. That's a very interesting word, even though I know what she's saying. Solar eclipse dump. Okay. Making room for many more memories right now. And the moon covers the sun in the eyes, forcing it to use other forms of vision. Close eyes. I see you with my heart. I see you with my gut. Here's to my guy. Setting intentions. Beautiful. Breathing easy. Moving in unison. Finally blended family harmonics. Then crush them with the gratitude shit, Jew. Thank you. Happy to be here on this school called Earth with you. J-Ron, the secret. By the way, he's a Scorpio. I ain't pull up his information. It's a little bit discrepancy on what age he may be. But he's definitely like November the 9th. He's a Scorpio. All right. So anyway, man, great, man. You know what I'm saying? Great. I'm not here to give a reading or a forecast on this and whatnot because you know that's Abby is my homie. You know what I mean? So I ain't gonna never go, you know, give a full-fledged reading in public on her information. You know what I'm saying? But it's just ironic again that we have this taking place. Now, what we got to understand, ladies and gentlemen, in a couple days here, which is going to be the 19th of December, okay, in 11 more days, we are about to experience what's called a Venus retrograde, okay? Very interesting. So from November the 19th, y'all need to write this shit down. From November the 19th, pretty much up to, they're going to tell you it's over on the 29th of January, but it's really over on March the 1st of 2022, because it's something called the shadow period. But anyway, during this time, Venus is going to appear to start traveling backwards. So on one of the videos, I showed y'all how you can look at this. Like right now, if we look at where Venus is, we're going to see Venus appear to start. Let me do it this way. On a daily basis, Venus is about to start looking like it's going back towards the sun. Let me move this. You see, it looked like Venus is going back towards the sun. You see? So it's like, wait a minute, Venus, when you do that, what's going on? That looked like it's a retrograde because the planet appears to be going back, okay? And so this is known as, again, the Venus retrograde. And so with Venus retrogrades happens, ladies and gentlemen, you know, we're pretty much there already. Let me go ahead. Did I stop sharing the screen?
I can still see the screen.
You can still see it. Hold on, let me get rid of that though. Hey, where my thing at? Because I hit it. Oh, okay. Stop screen share. All right. So when this happens, ladies and gents, a Venus retrograde, hear me closely, because really we in the shadow right now, which means where Venus is going to appear to retrograde at and go backwards, Venus is already in those positions right now. I always give you the analogy of a car hitting the block and he's about to do a drive-by. But what he's going to do is go all the way up to the top of the block, then put the car in reverse, and then pull out the chopper and start shooting up these houses. So don't run when you pull out the chopper. You got to know when the car hit the block. Venus didn't already hit the block for the retrograde, okay? Because it's about to go down in a couple days. So this is very interesting that it's on the eclipse, and this eclipse squares her as well, right? Because it happened in Sag, and she's a Pisces, right? So it's very interesting. You know what I mean? But anyway, Venus about to go retrograde dead on where Venus was at when she was born. So this is very good though, because what she did was, look what she did. She waited to the planet that dealt with relationships, partners, and marriage. She purposely waited for that planet to get there, and then she came out and talked about it to solidify it. Fucking bravo, magnificent, great. You understand what I'm saying? Now, of course, you know, that's the cosmic intention point, but now the physical work must be done to mirror that particular alignment so you can continue to cement that in with your physical action. It just ain't a one-time manifestation or one-time visualization of intent. That shit, you got to keep jackhammering that shit, okay? Now, Venus goes retrograde. That means relationships can potentially experience a breakup, okay? During this particular time right now, because Venus is on the block, okay? And usually what happens is these relationships, these breakups, usually be damn near permanent, okay? And so this is an excellent time, obviously, to revise your shit. Hold on, let me be nosy real fast. Boy, they be selling dope like a motherfucker around this bitch. Oh, they do, nigga. Seriously, nigga, this the motherfucking handoff spot, nigga. If I wanted to rob niggas, they be in trouble. I mean, all the time, bro. All the time. And so anyway, so this is the perfect time for you to gauge relationships, a perfect time to revise them, to make them strong, a perfect time of sort of like a personal, a one-on-one, what's the word? A renewing of the vows in a sense. Because during this next, let's just call it 2 months in a sense, but shit, all the way up to what? March 1st, it can get a little rough. You know what I'm saying? So now's the time to really lock in and shit. And I'll close this part with Erykah Badu with this. she got a rough Mars. She's about to have a Mars return coming up pretty soon, and then Mars square Moon. And so, Abby, I'm telling you this on the record from 12/30 to February the 2nd. It's that's what we would call a potential cold red. You know what I'm saying? In a sense, because it's Mars square Mars, and that's some shit. You know what I'm saying? And then think about it, Drew, because since she's a Pisces, right, and she got Mercury at 0 Pisces, where's Mars and Scorpio? Where's its next step? Sagittarius, right?
That's
That's right. That's a Mars square motherfucking Mercury. And when that happens, then that potentially gives way to transportation issues in a sense. You know what I'm saying? So continue to protect yourself in that beautiful light. You are indeed a unicorn. 19 years ahead of the game. Shout out to 19 Keys. Shout out to the Holy Quran, because over it is the number 19. And what the secret of the number 19 is dealing with the solar and lunar eclipse patterns that take place exactly to the same day on your calendar system. 18.6 years rounded off every 19 years. Shout out to Mother Tynetta Muhammad, who wrote the final call article called Unveiling the Number 19.
The beer.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
It's a little choppy. I don't know if that's my computer or yours, but it's
okay.
Just a little choppy.
Yeah, it might have been me, possibly. But yeah, and I was just saying, shout out to Badula, you know what I mean? 19 years ahead of the game. She a mutant for sure. You know what I mean? And that's it, man. That's really it, man. So I mean, you just see it, ladies and gentlemen. Here it is. She eclipse, Venus lines up exactly. I mean, exactly to the degree, same space where it was when she was born. And now you see her talking about relationships. That's what I'm saying. You can't tell me this science ain't real. You can't tell me that. We got too much proof.
And you'll also see like other overtones when we talking just like the universal principles, like powerful men of influence, Capricorn, right? Going through relationship woes. So like I saw something with Elon Musk this week where one of his ex-lovers came out and said he was a poor lover, right? Because Venus is also love affairs and natures of the heart too. So you'll see stuff like that. You see Stevie J and what's my girl name? Faith Evans going through all this divorce rhetoric and talking who's been cheating and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Then I seen Jalen Rose, another prominent person on TV, sports commentator, just filed for divorce from his wife. So that may be the theme. You may be seeing men of influence and power looking to escape and get out of relationships that they've currently been in, so that's important too. And then also, Noble, like, see, Venus represents what we value too, right?
Yeah.
And so, or some of the things that we feel entitled to as well, right? So, like, if you freedom, right? That's something that everybody essentially values, but nowhere like in the West. This is the land of the free, right? And so Capricorn is government. That's big government, right? But the Venetian principle is the feminine aspect, right? So what do you see happening? You're seeing the government, judicial branch, right? State governments, et cetera, are doing what? Having court proceedings about a woman's choice, right? So you're having landmark cases being revisited at the top of government, which is the Supreme Court, about to hand down a heavy decision on a woman's right to choose, right? You see, I'm seeing compromises happen in government. Like today, the Senate passed some type of bill or some type of piece of legislation where they're going against all the mandates, right? So you're going to see a lot of that. You know what I mean? Some backpedaling from government on some of the things that they said they were going to do or try to do, right? But it's and it was what else is interesting too is when Venus is coming out of retrograde, Mercury is going to be going in.
Oh shit! Again,
Which is going to be overlapping like
right.
2 days, like toward the end of January, if I'm not mistaken. So what you're probably going to see a lot of these heavy court cases dealing with government overreach or mandates and a woman's right to choose, right up in that space where these two planets are crossing paths in Capricorn.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Or some type of major development, you know what I mean? Or something along those lines. Some type of shift in government, man. Some type of decision being made
right.
in government.
Right. Right. You triggered something, man. When you said women's right to choose and shit, right? I seen your boy Kevin Samuel say some Minister Jew type shit, man.
What do you say, man?
Hey, I saw that dude say something like, if women do have the right to choose, it's their body and in the aspect of abortion, but a man should be able to financially abort if he don't. I said, oh shit. Uh-oh.
See, let me tell you what is happening here. Let me tell you what's happening here. And this is where we're gonna have to put our logical caps on, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna have to do that, right? Enough of the, people always had a go-tos in an argument, right? People always had a go-tos, but we have to dismiss the ones that are so obvious, and we know people are just using them for buffers, so that they really don't have to get down into the crux of what the conversation is, right? So it's like, okay, I'll just keep using this little sign, this little picket to keep you at bay, so we don't really have to get to the bottom of what the issue is, right? So this is what's happening. People like Kevin Samuels have, he's given a particular demographic a different angle and perception to look at what's happening, right?
Yeah.
Whether you love them or you hate them, right? Makes no difference. But he's giving people a different angle to view what's happening. And now people are starting to come up with these bright ideas, or what appear to be bright ideas, about some of the narratives in the conversation piece that has been going on. And so now you're getting that type of pushback and that type of narrative from a person like Kevin Samuels. You know what I mean? So everything's on the table, man. I said this all the time, and I say it all the time. The moment the men begin to be as opinionated or to throw these type of ideas around, it's going to be a whole different type of conversation piece being had. Yeah. And then Pandora's box is going to be open. It's going to be open. So it's a different time we in, man. It's a different time.
Yeah, all day.
And also, what I wanted to say too was this, and we touched on it earlier in relationship to government. Everybody, we're gonna touch on this Rittenhouse eclipse. We're gonna touch on it, right? You looking at this thing, and everybody's always up in arms. Oh, the government ain't this. Oh, they and we say it all the time. No, we say, well, you can leave if you don't want to. Now we know. Realistically speaking, people really, that option is really not on the table because one, their finances is not in that position to just up and leave. They're deeply rooted here. And the last but not least is you just got to keep it a buck. You love the American experience.
Shit.
You love the American experience. You just stop it. Unless you're really in a position of poverty, right? Or real abuse, right? And you just going through it. But as far as what America offers, and I'm not talking about like I don't want to make this a dramatic stretch. I'm not saying everybody's going to be a millionaire, right? Right? I'm not saying it, but you have the opportunity to make something of yourself if you discipline yourself, if you set some goals, if you make some parameters about where you're at and who you are, if you discover your gift and your talent, you develop that, then you have an opportunity to put yourself in a position where you don't have to struggle. Now, here's the thing. Let me just show y'all. See, because everybody's always complaining, but here's the deal. I never even watched one episode of Squid Game, right?
Me either.
I haven't watched one episode. All I know is the commentary that I hear people talking about. It was great. It was great. It's great. And that's, I don't know if it was or it wasn't, but the commentary that I'm hearing is like it was really, really good. But now watch this. Guess what the government of Korea did to some boys who snuck Squid Game into the country? You know what they did to Beer?
No.
He's been sentenced to death by firing squad.
Oh, shit. What is this, in North Korea?
Yes. Here's another one. Another kid saved the Squid Games on a USB port.
Mm-hmm.
He's been sentenced to life in prison.
Man.
The teachers that were there that allowed them to demonstrate this to people that they were around and with, they have been removed from their position as teachers and have been resorted to a mine to do hard labor for the rest of their lives.
Man.
See,
I don't even know what that Squid Game shit is about.
My point is this. This is my point. You think America bad. Man, listen. Y'all have no idea. You have no idea. See, when we really start to talk about the facts of life and how other countries are ran, man, please. Man, please. See, what did I say? Americans have a sense of entitlement.
Big sense.
Big sense of entitlement. So you could be making $50,000 a year, right? And you still, you like, man, I'm in a tight spot. And you might be, but I'm gonna tell you, it ain't nothing like in them other spots. And I'm not saying that America don't have its flaws, because they do. They got some major ones. They owe.
Oh, yeah.
They owe. But man, we just got to stop with this over dramatization of this land that we're on, man. It is essentially the freest place on the planet.
Yeah. To his own demise.
Yes.
Because if they really knew, man, you wouldn't be allowed to say and do the shit that you do.
No.
Cause see again, taking if the universe gives you shit, if you can speak it into existence, if life imitates art, and this is really true, you wouldn't have the freedom of speech the way you really would have it. You know, understand what I'm saying? If it was truly understood that we are creating future events called reality down here, you just wouldn't be allowed to do and say certain shit.
And this
wouldn't be.
And this is why some of those countries over east See, they're not even finna play with you like
No,
that.
they ain't playing with you.
They ain't even finna play with you like that. You
playing.
you think you're gonna put that image in front of millions and billions of people? See, why else would they ban that? Why else would they subject somebody to a firing squad?
Mm-hmm.
These people understand the undercurrents of psychology. And they're not even about to even entertain
That's right.
that coming into fruition, because
right.
people are now starting to get a sense of chest out, shoulders up. Nah, they not. So you over here in the West, where you could do, listen, man, sometimes we put up these barriers in our own minds and make ourselves believe that we're in this jammy. Because we're listening to all these other narratives that are shaping and molding. I try to listen, man. Get away from any of that type of conversation piece. Get away from it immediately, because I'm telling you, you're the downside of it is you're gonna become and experience that which you envelope into your psychology the most.
Mm-hmm.
And you constantly reseal it. Like Noble just mentioned, she had to keep stamping that region, keep stamping that. It's the same thing with propaganda. These people keep stamping. You keep receiving. You know what I mean? So it's a cold game out here, man.
Yeah. Very, man. Very, man. So y'all got any questions, any comments, man? Feel free real fast to shoot it. For real. You know what I mean? Shout out to Erykah Badu. You know what I mean? Her first baby daddy, the doc, shout out to the DOC, wrote the foreword to the book Hip Hop Laws of Attraction. You know what I'm saying? By yours truly, Minister Jew and whatnot. But real story, man. I mean, I ain't gonna sit up here and lie to you. You know what I mean? But you may see where it say the DOC on there. I don't know if y'all can see that, but no, the DOC wrote the foreword to this great work. You get it in two places mainly. You can go to Amazon.com and get it, or you can go directly to theimaginationguru.com and get you a signed copy. You know what I'm saying? For yourself, man. The Hip Hop Laws of Attraction, because we're talking about, can you speak shit into existence, and not only just the good shit. Who says the law stops working from when you talking all that gangster shit and you talking all this other shit? You know what I mean? Are you running hypothetical funerals like Tupac and all that shit, and the next thing you know, your ass is in the casket?
And Triple X.
Yeah.
And Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah.
And
So
Juice WRLD.
Yeah.
And Spot 'em got him. What Spot 'em got him said?
Oh man!
Knock his legs off.
Yeah, Carbon Beam knocked his legs off.
Yeah, what happened? He got his legs knocked off.
Yeah,
listen, man. Don't get me started on that. That's my preferred vein to get in. But man, look, listen. The force that we call God. Like Noble said, that's in the book of Micah. He asked, man, where is your God?
Where, man?
See, because everybody, it always, you see it all the time. Like, oh man, it's a ritual. It's a ritual. Why get so tired of hearing that? It's a ritual. It's a ritual. It's a ritual. It's a ritual. Meanwhile, like, huh? You mean tell me? Oh, so people want to stop. They say Travis Scott was in on it, so he wants to stop making his money. He wants to have to go through all of these court proceedings, to have to fight off all of these lawsuits. He done lost sponsors. People have walked away from. Like he was buried in his house for 2 weeks, probably depressed as hell because he's going through this circumstance situation. Like, who wants to conscientiously do that?
Listen.
Who? So the question is, like, but where is your God? Cause see, anytime I hear the word ritual and it comes in that vein, all I keep thinking here to myself is, oh, they're saying these people, what you're saying is these people are working a aspect of God, and all you are doing is being a passive, reactive observer and never looking to go on the offense to invoke the same force.
Yeah, you do a ritual.
Yeah. Why don't you do
a ritual? You do a ritual.
Exactly.
You do a ritual and see if it works. That's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta do. If that's what it's about. That's why I always say, oh, deprogramming. Oh, cool. So if it's predictive programming and you can decode that shit and deprogram it and tell us the mechanics of what he's doing, then you could be able to do the same thing. That was always been our angle. That's why we call it activate. We ain't decoding shit. If we decode something, it's to give you the mechanics, and then we're gonna piece it right back together to show you, meet us up on Stone Mountain, nigga. When this align with this, we're gonna send a thought and to mirror this so we can get X, Y, Z. You know what I'm saying? If that's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? Listen, man, I always say it, Brad. Listen. Follow the spirit of victory, ladies and gentlemen. The one of the things that goes under the radar, and it shouldn't, is that damn Tupac, man. He shot at 2 white off-duty police officers in Georgia.
Sure did.
And they didn't even go to court, Jew. They dropped the case. When can a black man pull out a gun and shoot at 2 off-duty cops, whether they was out of pocket and brandishing their gun on a civilian and pocketing whatever, you know what I'm saying? They dropped the case. They didn't even proceed with the charges. And now for some reason, and I know why it's called the spirit of truth, for some reason, out of all places on the entire earth, Tupac gets a memorial at Stone Mountain, Georgia. Stone Mountain, the literal mountain and home to the second rise of the KKK. The same mountain that has 2 Confederate generals and a Confederate president engraved on the side of the mountain, Stone Mountain. Confederate flag flying, Stone Mountain. Tupac is there, and he shot 2 off-duty cops. So spirit, which by far you love Pac because of his passion of revolutionary truth. Told you the boy had Mars and Aquarius. That's what you really love about that Gemini. They put him there as a symbol to show you that, what did Pac say? Illuminati. That shit there is dead. That y'all talking, and the way that you kill that shit is through thought form. Now I can show you on 2 occasions, every time we go to Stone Mountain, all of a sudden, mysteriously, the news, the very next week, the news always is coming out and saying, oh, there's a petition to take down these faces of stone off of Stone Mountain. Really? I bet it was, because we just left there with the sole intention to put that shit in the ether. I was thinking about this shit the other day, y'all. And I was like, this whole shit down here is all about thoughts, right? It's the evil thoughts and the good thoughts, right? So then your job is the way that you combat evil down here is you have to keep constantly projecting a higher thought form. If that's what it's about, you have to keep doing that. But now, how do you collectively do that? And I'm telling you now, because I go in hibernation modes and shit, but I promise you this, ladies and gentlemen, mark your motherfucking calendar for this shit. It is called the 2024 American eclipse. And notice, ain't nobody talking about it. They weren't even talking about it in 2017 when that one came. And I was giving it the game then, like, nah, it's this one with the other one that's coming on April the 8th of 2024. That's when we are going to really program space and get it motherfucking moving and grooving down here. Because I'm telling you from experiences that this shit has to do with thought forms. What's the scripture, Jew? We deal with evil and wickedness and principalities and where?
In high places.
High places, man. This shit is all about The thought forms. Oh yeah, the ego. Oh man, listen, we got the ego. Like literally, we got the ego. And that's the thing. So somebody said, Super Unk being said in the chat, don't forget about the ego. And what they're talking about is we see a lot of y'all knew we used to get busy, like going on mountaintops and purposely projecting the image. And then next thing you know, I'll tell you flat out, you're going to see what we thought about and cast from a mountain, create a random external event, and then the world gonna see that as some news. Okay. And so, but it's really us that program the whole fuck. We call it programming the matrix. You understand what I'm saying?
That's the cause.
Listen, man. Why do you think that those spiritual attuned beings that was really fanatics and that really was for real, Moses, Elijah, Jesus, Prophet Muhammad, you niggas got to go to the mountains for 40 days in the cave, nigga. Right? That's extreme, but you got to come on up to the mountaintop and have this conversation. You understand what I'm saying? And so when we go there, like we've been there, when we go there, we're doing something because by technicality and simple geodetics, we are at a higher elevation than you anyway. Our thoughts is already higher than faster than everybody anyway, but physically on Earth, we're at a higher elevation. So once we get on a higher elevation, the only thing we doing is, listen, man, you better learn how to drop thoughts off into the jet stream and have the jet stream carry your shit like a smoke signal. You understand what I'm saying? This is really real. Like that, you know what I mean? So if you really believe, then you really got to do the work. You know what I mean? And that's the work that we do.
Now listen, this ain't just theory.
Oh no.
I want to be clear, because don't make me go on my case study bag. I'll be here all night. Look, they had some people. Just imagine looking at a light bulb. Light bulb was in an entirely different location. And the light bulb start flickering. They had another group of people imagine that they were touching somebody's hand. The other person was hooked up to an EEG machine. Their brain waves started to go off as if their hand was being touched.
Yep.
Listen to me.
Yep.
Listen to me. See, and who told you? See, we came off the gas on this universal thing where we're including everybody. See, the science is, and people say it all the time. You know how they'll be like, oh man, prayer don't work, right? That's what they say, right? Prayer don't work. Well, I tell you what, you know, a lot of times when they say that, maybe you're right. But I'm gonna tell you something. It's because they don't know the formula. They see the word of God literally translates to mean a computation. That computation means 1 plus 2 plus 3 equal 6. That's a computation, right? So that means it's a formula. That's mathematics. It's a formula. And they what, the beer?
Even though I thought about peace, God was today's mathematics.
Yeah. That's a formula. And they gave you the formula in the name Yahweh. You think that's God's name. No. That's the formula.
Yeah. Whoa, buddy.
That's the formula.
Man, listen.
Of how you pull what you need to pull out of the infinite possibilities of reality. Yeah. Right? So if you're going off the traditional preacher man, he doesn't know that. So he's got one aspect of the formula, and that's the faith. People, I've seen it happen. I've seen people who just go off faith alone and they can have some marvelous results. But that's just one aspect of the formula. So if you're trying to change something globally, or in where you're at, man, it's gonna take a different set of instructions. And it's no cap. There's no cap what we talking about. We done done it 100 times. As far as just going places and then watching other people experience it in their personal life from coaching them up.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. It is what it is. And like I'm like, man, sometimes I think we be being too modest.
Oh, niggas be modest, man.
Too modest. Too just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they know. Niggas know.
Yeah. And see, listen, man, listen. Because I'll put out there, I said, to the people who study the 5%, right? We got to go deeper, man. Like if we say, peace God, what's today's mathematics? And today is the 8th, and you tell me that is cipher power. And then we start getting into what cipher mean in the world, and and then 8 is power and infinity. And what does cipher power, like what's the formula to change the world and bring in the goddamn heaven on earth off of cipher power, nigga? You understand what I'm saying? And this is where the disconnect happens, because there hasn't been a formula given on how to activate the goddamn universal cosmic law. Now, when you said some shit, Jew, dealing with that Bible really getting at, I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. There is something inside of that goddamn Hebrew language that I know firsthand that corresponds to some shit when you start evoking these holy names, all right, that have you literally, listen, man, no exaggeration, like literally about to levitate if you invoke that shit with the faith and then the understanding of knowing what you got. Because see, one thing about the Kabbalah, because remember what Bruce Bynum say about the Kabbalah, Jew?
You talking about in dark light consciousness?
Yeah. That basically studying that shit, it gets you to enlightenment, and you ain't got to sit there like a goddamn yogi.
Yeah, he said in fact, he said that was one of the only systems that he studied where he encountered that. And he spoke about how in that system they utilize cosmic principles and literally stars.
That's right.
To get to that point.
That's right. And so my point is, I give you an example, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I'll give you an example how beautiful this shit is, and I can show you the proof later. Maybe we'll do it when we do the webinar. Okay. So in Hebrew, each letter corresponds to a particular, what we would call archetype. Okay. And so if we just took this right here and say this was the letter Teth, because it looks like a serpent, the head of a serpent looking at his tail. That's the 9th letter in the Hebrew alphabet, but we also say that Teth corresponds to the zodiac sign Leo. So there goes the cosmic representation of what it is. And then there's a symbolic representation called the serpent, because the letter itself looks like a serpent. I'm gonna give you the goddamn game because the shit ain't hard. It's not hard. So there was a new moon one year that was taking place where the sun and the moon aligned together in the Leo constellation, which means the principle of Teth, the letter, in the serpent, because that's what the letter looks like, is going to be activated at this time. Now, to me, it's common sense. Well, shit, you niggas come from Africa and you love the Egyptian shit, and then you had the Uraeus, the little serpent cobra shit coming out your motherfucking third eye like you was the shit. So the meditation when the moon is in front of the sun in this constellation of Leo that deals with the serpent, won't you send the serpent from your pineal gland, which is a thought wave, and wave look like a serpent anyway. So send the thought wave in the form of a serpent to the goddamn sun and feel the light of the sun as it's touching you. That wave touching you is a serpent. So it's a double serpentine energy of your connection with the sun.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know? Now, mind you, we're doing this in Leo. Do you know a couple days later, and you can Google the story, a couple days later, a Tennessee couple is driving down the highway, and all of a sudden, a serpent, which is the letter Teth, that looks like the serpent, ladies and gentlemen, okay? A serpent appeared on their windshield while driving down the highway. And go Google this shit if I'm lying. Google this shit. I'm telling you, the mama name is Rachel Fisher. And then they had 3 children in the car. Elizabeth, Rivers, and the little boy at the time was 2.5 years old, and his name was Judah. Now here's a white couple. They named their son Judah. Okay, I totally get it. But it's not Judah the lion.
Yes.
And we just sit up there. I swear to, so a serpent driving down the goddamn highway doing your thing, and all of a sudden the goddamn big ass snake come out from under the hood on your windshield. Stop playing, man.
Elizabeth, the house.
Yeah. Right? And so we've done this phenomenon time and time again to demonstrate, like literally we demonstrate this thing. To show you what's up. You understand what I'm saying? And so that's really the formula.
And if you understand the scripture, right? What JLX say, breathe in his nostrils, fill them up with gospel, right? They tell you as Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness, so must the Son of Man be lifted up.
Yep.
Right? So they're speaking about an ascension. But it doesn't happen without this body.
Oh, no.
It doesn't happen without this body. So I'm not going to disconnect you from this earthly plane and put you all the way out there somewhere, because it's an inside job. It's an inside job. You know. So yeah, man, like it goes down, man.
It goes down in the DM.
Goes down. You know, that's why I asked them, man, we're gonna get back, you know what I mean? Because like you said, man, it ain't really that hard, man. You know what I mean?
Hard.
And all right, while we on this, so one of the members, Tanisha, shout out to T-Mac. I saw it.
T-Mac, what up? Yeah, I saw her here earlier. What up?
So T-Mac had a testimonial. She sent me some stuff over the night too, by the way, Ampu. But she had notified me maybe Saturday, early Sunday morning. And she texted me. She's like, man, Juke, I manifested. I got a condo 2 blocks away from the beach. And for those that don't know, like inside the membership, we got all these different techniques. You know, it's a bunch of different techniques. Some people gravitate to some more than others. And T-Mac is a beast when it comes to that pen.
Remix. Yeah.
Right? And so she manifested the condo. And today she sends me a picture, right, Noble? And what do you call them little joints? Remember when we was in Maryland and they had a bunch of those little, what do they call those things in Hebrew that they put over the door?
Mezuzah.
A mezuzah. In the house, that the condo, they had one of those over the door. Yeah. Right? Yeah. And she said the inscription means to write. And she was just floored by it because that's how she work all her manifestations. It's through the power of scribing. Right. In the pen. And she was like, she's like, it means even more to me now. So I just told her, you know, you'll get those, we call those winks, or spiritual community call them synchronicities. scientific community calls it like a spontaneous organization when all these different pieces start to come together to cohesively form something singular to get an idea what's happening. But yeah, man, it just be dope, man. It'd be dope, man.
Yeah. You see the mezuzah, you gotta and then touch it.
Yes.
Kiss your hand and touch it. Yeah,
man.
Yeah, remix it, man. For sure, man. Yeah, so y'all got anything real fast, man? We ain't gonna hold y'all, but again, mark your calendars for this right here. 12/18 at 8 p.m. Eastern. We doing a live, man. Rittenhouse Death Star eclipse. Yeah, niggas say sorry, nigga.
Ooh.
Say sorry, nigga. Say sorry, because I already know what's gonna happen in 60 days. We gonna be in what they call it, Jew, Black History Month.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna get super sensitive because I'm gonna be looking on the motherfucking lookout, making sure that nobody say shit about motherfucking Abe.
Man, you know they already coming at Abe head, man. They want to stop naming schools after Abe. And
yeah, them. That's a stupid white left.
They want to do that. No, but no, it ain't. Well, it's some other folks that's over there too. And you know they always use the same line, the beer. They always say,
"Yeah,
what's the one? If I could have slavery, I would have kept it too." Yeah. But they never ever quote the full statement in context. And you know what? You know another thing I've learned. People have no sense. There's a person who knows how to strategize is above and beyond the normal populace.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like when you actually went, like, listen, I got hip to Abe through Noble's study. Like, how y'all be on them live, and Pool be on them live, and I call him and I be like, man, no, I got it. That's how Noble was when he was coming across.
Oh, I got some shit.
Man, he was like, Jew, you ain't gonna believe this, Jew. I used to be like, man, what happened? You know, because I'm excited too. I'm learning. And man, Abe was so cold, man. Let me tell you something. Abe was on this quantum imaging too.
Man, that nigga was futuristic.
Abe was cold. Abe had some bogus tickets printed up.
Yeah.
Remember that, Noble?
Yeah.
One of the debates.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He had some bogus tickets printed up so that he could get all his people in on the Republican side so that the crowd would be more in his favor. And when the actual people showed up with the real tickets, they couldn't even get in the venue.
That's right. Listen, man. Hey, man, y'all say what y'all want. It's 4 people tattoos I'm getting, goddamn it. And I'm going to keep the 4th a secret. But goddamn Abraham Lincoln, Grant, and Sherman, them motherfuckers going on. If I ever get tatted, I'm getting them. Because listen, if you go look at the Emancipation Proclamation, which, by the way, wasn't a law. He's the president. The president don't make laws. He can only make a quick executive order, and then legislation has to come in and pretty much second that motion and make it a law, right, by supporting that particular proclamation. He said that henceforth, talking about the slaves, henceforth shall forever be free.
Yes.
Forever, ever, nigga. Ever. Ain't no going back in what he saw. Like, y'all gonna be forever free from this point forward. And it's just highly disrespectful, man, because see, from my understanding, the niggas want to be like mob motherfuckers, the Italians. And I'm gonna really start, this shit's really about to start blowing that shit open in a minute. But niggas want to emulate Italians. You want mob names, and you know how that whole shit go, the gangster shit, right? But the mob used to always have this thing where, you don't whack a motherfucker in front of his, when he at home with his wife and kids. The motherfucker, you got to catch him slipping. You can't catch him in that. He off target. You know what I mean? He out of bounds at that point. And so niggas say the same shit to a degree. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's off limits, right? And so, man, listen, man. Abraham Lincoln was chilling watching the goddamn movie with his wife, chilling, watching the movie with his wife, and somebody sneaks up behind him and put a bullet to his head while he chilling at a movie with his wife? Nigga, the only thing that you even remotely even saw close to that shit was John F. Kennedy riding next to his motherfucking wife, and his brains get motherfucking blew out, nigga. Like, to me, in my opinion, those are like, that's like beyond, you know what I mean? Like, and I can't even see how you can fathom to try to construct some type of narrative as if Abe was on some bullshit. You understand what I'm saying? So I told him in one of them rhymes, you know what I'm saying? If he don't like, because they run the thing and say Abe don't like us. Man, listen, here's my question. If he don't like us, then why he emancipate? He didn't have to do none of that shit. Fuck an Emancipation Proclamation, nigga. I gave you the blueprint on this shit. Y'all better go study the Homestead Act of 1862. Remember, this was Civil War already. Civil War started in 1861. The very first thing Abe put in legislation was a motherfucking Homestead Act. And he said that people who were in rebellion to the United States of legal age could not get any of the federal lands that was west of the Mississippi, but anybody who wanted to become a citizen, had the intention on becoming a citizen, and of legal age could get the land. Ladies and gentlemen, who is he talking to? If the white people were already citizens, and then there was another group of people who was fighting against the government, and it clearly said they can't get land, but he was talking to a group of people who had the intentions on becoming a citizen can get the land. Who was he referring to?
Exactly. It was what you call word sorcery, right? In politics, and people can't see what happens is, and this is why I talked about the lack of being able to strategize. See, we keep thinking so much or acting out with our heart on our sleeve, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what happens is we think on that level of the game that it's got to be done in a way where just say it straight to me. Just say it exactly. No. Because you're dealing with a larger population where there's a variety of opinions, right? It's war, people. You have to understand that. So like let me give you an example, like in today's times, right? So they'll say that the people who won't take the shot, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're the threats. They're the outcasts. They need to be siphoned off from the rest of us, right? Now just watch this. When you get down into the numbers of it, right? I'm just showing you word sorcery and politics. When you get down into the numbers of it, when we're talking about America, Black people make up the highest percentage of folks who won't take the shot.
Right.
Right?
Right.
But they won't say it like that. They won't say it like that. They won't say it on your left-leaning stations. Why? Because then the word sorcery or the veil gets removed, and now you have a different outlook, even though it's you.
Right.
Right? And so that little slight of tongue keeps people at bay from going to the next phase of, damn, they really talking about me? And you think that it just make common sense that people will put two and two together, but they don't. They don't. So it's you have to understand, man, how to play with language. How do people play with language? And on that day, let me tell you something else weird, man. Because it was a lot of exoneration of Black folks on the day.
Oh shit! I know. Hey, say that shit. Say that shit.
Okay. All
say that shit, buddy.
We'll
save it.
We'll save it.
Save it. Hey, can you read this? Hey, that's what I'm saying. I take this shit for real. Let me see if it'll pop up. Hold on, let it get in focus. Can you see that? War and Peace.
War and Peace. President Lincoln has a new mission for you. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, I play Civil War for real. If I'm gonna do something in my spare, I'm just letting you know, like, I play little war games, real life strategy games with Lincoln in them on some other shit. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. Oh yeah. Shout out to the OG. Larry Hoover next. Oh, that's happening. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Hey, that really happened. Man, listen, man. I can show you, we can show you where we purposely wrote things, put it out there within our critical mass of the environment of the observer, which is you. Yo, for y'all to be tuned in, y'all some special motherfuckers, man. I really gotta say that shit. I gotta give y'all motherfucking hand. Cause y'all weird, right? Because you the space
Hold on. Which only means, listen, you can't use words like that. Because what does weird mean? No, weird, the definition of weird. So I want everybody to be happy when they tell you that you're weird.
Yes.
The true definition of weird means one who is in control and manifests their own destiny.
Yes.
That's the definition of weird. Now,
Yes.
It's interesting that weird is a key word for Uranus.
Absolutely.
But when you get on that tree that Noble was talking about, how does it go?
Yeah. Well, I got Uranus. But we got a whole new tree. I told you, me and Just Blaze been working this thing. Boy. Hey, them niggas put them, bro. It's been in front of us the whole time, nigga. Ain't no way, Jew. Ain't no way when you look at the tree, the left-hand side of the tree is feminine when you got Mars and Saturn on that side of the tree, bro.
No way.
Ain't no way possible. No way possible. So I get what they get.
And Mercury.
Yeah. Like, dang what it is, bro. That tree is like it's standing behind you, or you standing behind it in order to get. Now think about it. Think about what do we do when we about to make the clouds disappear? What do we say on the right side? V what?
On the right side, Michael.
When you do the cross. Right? Vega Bora.
Yeah, Vega Bora, Vega Dula.
Right? So Gabora is what side?
That's the right side.
Exactly.
That's right.
So now when you look at the tree and you as if the tree is behind you or you behind it walking together, that puts Gabora on what? Your right-hand side. You see where I'm going with it? See what I'm saying? Which now makes the polarities of the goddamn tree mirror the cosmic representation of what's really happening in this reality. Right. The tree wasn't made for us to look at it this per se. It's you walking out into the world is the goddamn tree, bro.
Oh, so what you saying is, what you trying to tell me is we should view the tree from a first person perspective.
Yes. And it's not a mirror where you look at it and it's bouncing back and it's refracted. Because even in the mirror, this side is that side. It's not that. That ain't what it is.
Right.
It's literally the tree's in front of you. The tree is in front of you. You know what I'm saying? Not in front of you looking at you, but in front of you going forward. And so your right hand is with what you consider to be the left side, looking at it in the other way. But you got to make that side, Mars side, line up with your right side, bro. That's what that shit is about. Because we know the left side is the feminine side all day. And what's on that side? Venus is on that side. You understand what I'm saying?
Uranus is on that side.
Yeah. And so, yeah, totally redid that whole thing and just, put the right shit to it. And you got some shit coming on that. But I was saying,
shout out to Just Blaze.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he sparked that shit like a motherfucker, man. I'm like, boy, this boy got me in my old bag. But man, listen, man, we even put out some imagery on freeing some Black Panthers where their sentence got commuted. I can show you some imagery work that we was putting in on Mamiya, and then Mamiya ended up getting motherfucking taken off death row. You understand what I'm saying? Because see, remember, ladies and gentlemen, at the core of this conversation is we have got to a point in society where we believe the universe is intelligent. We believe we can speak it into existence. We believe vision boards are real, and we believe words become flesh. Okay.
They say it, and the word became flesh.
That's right. So now the only thing we have to do is create the right imagery. So if you saying, well, shit, the Simpsons had Donald Trump in it, and now he's the president. The Simpsons had Lisa as the president, and now we got a female vice president. The Boondocks had niggas running out of chicken, and now we ran out of chicken, and niggas went crazy when Popeye's chicken didn't have no more chicken sandwiches and shit. So somehow this mad, see, look at that. The observers find that shit funny, which is an elevated state of emotion, which they tell you get your heart into it to feel this shit that you visualizing. See, right. The shit that you viewing is visualization too. Right. Visualization just ain't you thinking about some shit that can't nobody else see. It's what you see is vision, right? Yeah. And so you have an elevated emotion attached to the vision that creates a future event. Yeah. So, well, shit, the only thing we got to do is just create the goddamn imagery and have elevated emotion around this shit, and then events will start to happen. Yeah. If you're telling me the Simpsons did it again, the Boondocks did it again, you know that's all we got to do.
You know, the question, you know what baffles me about that? People see that and they just stop right there.
They stop.
That doesn't intrigue your curiosity,
man.
To say, wait a minute, man. What is to this?
Nah, man. See, I was having that conversation today, right? Like, if you wholeheartedly believe that you got a major piece of the puzzle for the world to be a better place, then shouldn't you feel obligated to blow your horn to the best of your ability to blow, right? Like, and I told y'all in the last conversation I had, I wrestle with this shit, my damn self, for sure. Because I want to make sure that a nigga ain't tripping and a nigga ain't being egotistical about some shit. Who the hell am I to say such and such? You know what I'm saying? But shit, but if I go look at the track record, it shows that I'm dead on and I should be doing it, right? But so as the human being, I wrestle with that shit. You understand what I'm saying? And so I don't know, Jew, how niggas ain't got the curiosity to be able to be like, oh, fuck that. This is all we got to do, X, Y, Z. And I'm gonna say this, and I'm pretty much, I'll wrap it up with this, and y'all can go to Q&A or whatever. But listen, man, I'll talk about the black man. Black men in America, we as a collective soul group of motherfuckers, listen, man, we have been bitchified, okay? No. Listen. I know. Historically speaking, since slavery, the ancestors of the black man, women ain't even talking to you, okay? So excuse yourself for a minute. Let me have some men talk for a minute. The Africans did not whoop the Europeans' ass and say, fuck you, we enslaving you on this boat. You got us fucked up. They didn't kill them. They didn't run and get away. They didn't jump off the boat and everybody, the whole fleet was amistad and slavery never happened. They got subdued. Okay, I don't want to hear no excuses. They got subdued. It just is what it is. Okay. They get to this new place. Everybody went Nat Turner. Nobody was really Nat Turner, but Nat Turner and then Mark Vesey and shit, right?
Wait, time out, no. What did you tell me that one time? Well, they was on the boat and then
listen. I'm talking about this shit. Listen. So you listen. You niggas weren't revolutionary niggas.
Oh my god.
And somehow, some way, the spirit said, fuck you chicken George ass niggas. We're going to put the history in Harriet Tubman and let her do this shit. And she became the most successful. And I just want to know, well, where the fuck was Mr. Tubman at? No, I'm serious, dude. What the fuck was Mr. Tubman? What the fuck was Mr. Tubman doing? Like, you didn't find that shit sexy? And like, y'all rolling with you, baby. I got you. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck? What the fuck was Mr. Tubman, nigga? No, I'm not right. Hey, that's an album, nigga. Where was Mr. Tubman? Straight up. And so straight up though, You some chicken George ass niggas. Because even today, when we speed it up with Rodney King and we speed it up to all this other shit, we don't really do shit. You understand what I'm saying? We don't do shit about the shit. So we chicken George ass niggas. Okay, I can admit this shit. I always say it. Fucking, I'm scared too because I ain't did shit. You niggas, I'm scared. Because I know if I go to jail, you niggas ain't gonna break me out. You niggas ain't gonna have my bail. You ain't gonna feed my kids. So fuck it. I ain't gonna do shit. Plus, I don't want to fight by myself either. Because these motherfuckers got a squad and they got weapons. I'm scared, nigga. I can admit it. I'm a scaredy cat nigga. I'm Chicken George too. So admit this shit, right? Where the fuck is Mr. Tubman? Straight up, right? So listen. So see, we want to talk all that deep shit. When you go look at the records of Amistad, them African niggas didn't even know how to get back home.
Oh boy.
Them niggas, them niggas got tricked because them African niggas got other motherfuckers off the boat, possibly killed some niggas, and said, okay, you two white motherfuckers, you take us back home. We go back to Africa, you take us back home. Them white boys tricked the shit out them Africans, Jew, and took them up to Massachusetts and arrested them niggas. And y'all want to tell me that the Africans is the master navigators of the motherfucking world. You niggas is lying. Listen, and I'm not taking away from the blackness when I say this shit. I'm fucking with you. But it's the truth, too. Them group of niggas wasn't shit. Them group of niggas didn't know shit. They got tricked into Massachusetts. This shit up from African niggas, man. But straight up though, you know what I'm saying? This is the truth. Nigga, I ain't lying. I'm not lying. You know?
The Vermont.
Them niggas, the white boys took them that African niggas up northeast, nigga, and arrested them niggas. But y'all check it. But the United States government ruled in their favor, nigga. And that's what I'm saying. Niggas say sorry. And that's going to be the motherfucking shit that we're going to be talking about. Because, see, I'm going to tell you something, man. There were some laws on the books. I'm going to show you flat out about this shit. And I'm going to show you who the real motherfucking Rittenhouse is.
Look, I'm just coming to ride shotgun. And
I'm going to show you.
I'm coming to ride shotgun. I'm coming to provide some little extra commentary toward the end when we talk about a solution and how to activate this thing. How to activate this thing. Cause see, man, we like, we'll say we just gotta keep it a buck.
Yeah, man.
We gotta keep it a buck.
That's the truth, man.
We gotta keep it a buck. Gotta keep it a buck. Well, we always say it. Didn't no Islamic nation come get you out.
Nope.
Didn't no West African nation come get you out.
Nope.
Didn't no no Moorish Empire came to get you out.
Nope, they didn't.
It wasn't didn't no Native Americans come get you out.
They put you in.
They
put you in.
They participated.
The Cherokee put your ass in slavery. The Choctaw and Chickasaw put your ass in slavery. I ain't trying to hear that shit. You mix with them, but they ain't the original. We the original Cherokee. No, you ain't.
And we have to listen. You have to understand something. You have to really understand something. Like I wanted the people to understand the severity. There were white people who decided we're going to kill other white people.
Yeah.
Listen, you had some. Let me listen. You had northern white women dressing up like men on your behalf.
Man, crazy.
Huh?
Because your black ass was a chicken.
So we got the, and listen. I done heard them arguments too. People will try to say, "Oh, we won the war because the blacks got involved in the fight too." Yeah, it was the blacks got involved in the fight, but that wasn't the sole cause. That was after the action started.
Yeah, listen, man. We
just got to keep it all the way 100.
Listen, man.
And this is the thing too. See, this is the thing. No, but this is the thing. This thing. And I understand why. It comes from a lot of commentary from previous great men who came before us, who were teaching a certain type of message, teaches a certain type of doctrine that had to build up the self-esteem and the morale to get the black man and woman to a certain place of we belong, right?
Yeah.
And that we can super exceed the expectation. And ain't nothing wrong with that. But I'm finna tell you something. That doesn't place you in a position where you can solely rely on your blackness, right? To be the scapegoat for each and every situation that comes up. This is why I always say it. Look, I always say, listen, how could you be so, how could the black man be so this, that, and this is why I don't care what you is. I don't care if you purple, yellow, red, black. I don't care about none of that.
I got the Achilles heel. Melanin, nigga. Melanin.
But your melanin ain't stopped him from none of the diabolical things that you say he has done.
Yeah.
It ain't stopped it.
Yeah.
It ain't stopped it. So we have to recuse that.
Yeah.
Out of the conversation piece.
Yeah.
And we have to start. And if it ain't that, then what is it that determines who's winning and who's losing? Because see, and it's going to always come down to the most fundamental thing: consciousness and who believes what about themselves. See, the beard. You know what them white boys did? Listen. Them white boys said, "We are tired of you, Great Britain.
Yep.
We don't want to participate anymore.
Yeah, we ain't doing business with you.
We're not doing business with you. We don't want to be citizens. We don't want to be part of your citizenry. Yep. We are out of here."
Yep.
And if you have a problem with that, we are going to fight.
Yep.
You for our freedom.
Yep.
See, and that'd be the other thing. See, people say, well, we want the government to do this. And we want, that the key word that you are emphasizing is the word want.
Right.
Because you know what the reality is? You're not forcing them to do anything, because force is a Martian principle. Mm-hmm. That's going to require physical combat, bloodshed, iron in the form of pistols, bombs, knives. So this is why we're saying we have to get rid of all of these little puffed up arguments to get down to the real nitty gritty. Look, who can strategize the best, right? Mm-hmm. And who can recognize who the ally is who not in their same skin?
Man.
That's it.
Man, it's always been about that for the American Negro. The American Negro has always depended upon white folks for their salvation. And listen, I didn't used to understand Martin Luther King. I couldn't really understand it. But once I dug into him and I saw General Henry Graham, okay, is his name, would meet King. He was head of the Alabama National Guard, would meet King at the churches and used to back off the mob and back off the Confederates and the Ku Klux Klan. And actually, look into this, General Henry Graham, he took like 17 Alabama state trooper cars. He got a helicopter, and he took the racist Alabama police shit and put the freedom fighters in it. And then the National Guard escorted them out and basically looked at them white boys down south in Alabama like, I wish you bitch motherfuckers would make a move. We gonna bust your ass. The United States government is gonna bust your ass. You understand what I'm saying? So that's the name of the game. It was never about martial law was never declared on niggas. I don't know where niggas get this from. This Rex 84 bullshit. Martial law was declared against the white boys down south. This is a fact. And so now you got to learn how to, as you said, strategize. And the best thing that you have for yourself is you just openly admit that your allegiance is to America. This is why you ain't left America. And the only motherfucker that really left America was Akon. And shout out to Akon, but he's still here. But, you know, at least he's doing some shit in Africa.
And he was,
all right?
Listen, his roots is a little different too.
Yeah. His roots is all the way different. He ain't African American.
It ain't even the same type of vibe.
Yeah.
So DeBeer, tell him why the DOJ was originally formed.
Listen, the Department of Justice was created by President Ulysses S. Grant, who, by the way, was the head war general in the Union Army that defeated General Lee in the South. He created the Department of Justice with the sole intention of stumping out the Ku Klux Klan. It was called the Enforcement Acts of 1870, 1871, also known as the Klan Acts, okay? So the bureau that the FBI answers to, the Department of Justice, that was created on Black folks' behalf to protect you against the Klan. And its first prosecutor was Amos T. Ackerman, who used to be rolling with the Confederates. Now, Jew has said something about this shit boils down to who believes it the most, right? Now, watch this. Watch this. Amos T. Ackerman, a Confederate, fighting for the Confederacy in the slave South. But in his near future, this nigga don't know at the time of the war that they're going to lose the war, and then he's actually going to come inside of his opposition's government and be a prosecutor, and then he's going to pick Black jurors to convict the Ku Klux Klan, who was carrying the same sentiment that he was carrying years prior. I give you another one. General James Longstreet, nicknamed Old Pete, right? This dude was pretty much like the third general in charge in the Confederacy. Robert Lee, Stonewall Jackson, and then definitely James Longstreet, okay? The South calls James Longstreet a traitor. Why do they call him a traitor? The South don't fuck with James Longstreet. Because do you know, after the Civil War in New Orleans, there was a fight on Canal Street with an angry white mob, and James Longstreet went and got some goddamn pistols and rifles and gave them to Black people and backed the white mob off of them. Now watch this. But bro, you was just at Gettysburg in the Civil War fighting against the goddamn Union because y'all wanted to have slaves. But watch this. He arrived late in Gettysburg, and they say he's part of the reason why General Lee in the South lost Gettysburg. So after they went from Gettysburg, him and Lee had a disagreement, and then he marched from Virginia all the way over to Tennessee to start backing up Braxton Bragg. Him and Braxton Bragg get into it because nobody likes Bragg because he's absolutely the worst war general in the Confederacy, right? Kicking his ass, okay? So now Longstreet and Bragg get in a disagreement, and Longstreet leaves Tennessee and go back towards Robert Lee in Virginia. So he's late to Gettysburg and blows Gettysburg. He don't want to fuck with Robert Lee once the Gettysburg is over, and he goes to Tennessee. He gets to Tennessee, have a discrepancy with his superior general there, and now he's back. So he's kind of played like a fiddle. And then in the future, when the war is over, this nigga gonna give Black people some guns. So what that means is he really ain't believe that shit in his heart is what that shit believe, what it boils down to. He ain't believe that shit.
Let me tell you something else. Let me tell you something else. See, in the book of Daniel, there's a passage where Michael and Gabe make a statement about having to go influence another king's mind They said it took them 21 days. They had to, listen to this carefully. They had to go into somebody's mental faculty in order to get them to change a habit or an action. Do you understand? Now, angel is Malakim, which means a messenger. But see, when you get into this quantum science, what do they call these subatomic particles, Jew?
Of light.
They call them messenger particles.
That's right.
See, listen. Them stories that's in that book are telling you how the faculties of mind work, embodied in a tale. And niggas is around here still in the sandbox arguing about the historicity of it.
Yeah, was Jonah in the belly of a goddamn whale?
We don't have time for that.
Yeah.
It's the fourth quarter. It's 2 seconds on the shot clock. Get Jordan the ball.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing? Just so you can throw around your intellectual weight to have people say, "Oh, he's so smart,"
deep,
or "He's so deep." They said, "I ain't hell with all that." Where's the results?
Receipts.
Where's the receipts? Where's the results? We know your mental acumen is great. We know you could debate. Great. Where's the results? Where's the results?
Yeah.
That's what we want to know.
Yeah.
Well, see, what is it that's moving these pieces on the board?
Messenger particles. Ooh.
Huh? What is it? Because see, the book of Deuteronomy tells you, I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. But here's where the horn goes off. And there is none that can deliver out of my hands. Meaning what, Minister Jew? Whoever sets the intention and is moving in the causal world, there's nothing anybody can do on the physical side of the veil that can stop the program.
Man, that's some heavy shit. Hey, man, listen. That messenger particle and that statement there, I'm telling you now. Say sorry. And if you're in the ancestral shit, get you the white boy Quaker oats and put that shit on your altar. Because you owe the Quakers. Because the Quakers will put in mad work to help Black people get free. That's a fact, Jack. That's a fact. Now, if science is calling the invisible shit messenger particles, especially when you deal with photons, which is dispersed from the sun through with light, I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, if it's about who sets the intention, the founding fathers set a cosmic intention on the Declaration of Independence. We all know that science now, July 4th aligns with Sirius. Okay, cool. But do you know, that's 1776. Do you know in 1863, the same weekend, in 1863, the same weekend, Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, Robert Lee retreats in the North, wins Gettysburg. Because if they would have won Gettysburg, it was about to be a wrap for your ass. Because the South would have won a victory in the North, and the North would have said, "No, this is costing us too much. We don't want no pieces of that. Fuck them niggas. Let them be slaves." Okay. The same weekend we took Gettysburg. Go look it up. Is the same weekend the Confederates also lost Vicksburg, Mississippi. These are 1,000, 1,100 miles apart from each other on the exact same weekend that lines up with your goddamn independence as a nation. A decision had to be made in 1776, whether you was going to be free or not. And then another issue came along. Okay, you a free nation because you won, but the people in the nation ain't free, nigga. You got slaves here. That's a little bogus. What you gonna do about it? That shit easily could have swayed to the other side, and it didn't. It actually aligned up with the shit that got you free. And I keep telling y'all, go look into it. I think it's 1826. Thomas Jefferson and John Adams, who both wrote and signed the Declaration of Independence, died on July 4th. Ladies and gentlemen, they both, so the Declaration of Independence is first, and then later, like 50 years later or whatever, thing is 1826, 50 years later, these niggas die on the exact same day on John Adams' deathbed. This nigga was like, oh shit, Thomas Jefferson outlives me, and he don't know Thomas Jefferson just died a few hours earlier. Facts. And then, damn near 100 years later at the Civil War, and this is known as the turn of the Civil War, Gettysburg, also known as another one called Middle Tennessee Campaign around Franklin, Tennessee. Another fight was taking place. That one don't get a lot of credit and limelight. In Vicksburg, Mississippi, there's 3 wars taking place on that same fucking weekend in space that's lining up with your great Sirius, your star, your mother star, your dog star, right? And this shit turns out in your favor. Man, I gotta take Charleston White's motherfucking trademark. Nanny, nanny, boo, boo. What y'all talking about, man? This is some other shit that's taking place here that's in our favor. That's all we gonna tell the story from, man.
It's called quantum entanglement.
That's right. Shout out to DJ Rum 615, living in Franklin, Tennessee. 615, that's Nashville too.
But yeah, man, it been a ball.
Yeah, man, it's been a pleasure, ladies and gents.
You know, we enjoy. We ain't kicked it this long in a minute, the beer. We appreciate everybody that came through, man. Much love. Listen, if you're new to the channel, Hip Hop Astrology TV, subscribe to the channel. Like, share, comment, get the algorithm pumping. Check my channel out, The Imagination Guru. Some great content over there too on YouTube. Be on the lookout for next Saturday night. We having a free presentation. We gonna jump in there. We gonna get in there and do what we do. You know. Other than that, man, know what you got. What you got, man.
Hey, man, go check out Hip Hop Laws of Attraction, the book written by Minister Jew. Real good shit, man. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't know, you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, I'm going to tell you right now. I'm just going to ask a question. In the back of the book, I propose one. Did Snoop and the Dog Pound with New York create 9/11, nigga?
Good question.
We get the book, Hip Hop Laws of Attraction. Get a signed autograph copy if you go to theimaginationguru.com and get it. If you prime with Amazon, because that's your thing. Like, that's my thing. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. That's my thing. You can go to Amazon.com, get you a copy, man. I'm at thefamilywealthclub.com. Is where I'm spending most of my time at these days, man. Because for me, man, it's really important for us to balance ourselves spiritually with some financial success. So we, private families, we get together and we do certain ventures of real estate type shit. So if you see the properties over there on the wall, you know what I'm saying? We just engage in real estate, man, and do these private ventures. That's what we doing over here, man. And what's next? What's next month? The 10-year anniversary of the Love Fund, man.
Coel Love Fund.
10 years. We'll be celebrating that next month. 10 years we've been, just doing something, a small private community who decides that, hey, I can make a contribution to this every month, and let's just go ahead and pay this particular person right here. I'm not talking about every new people got to come in. It's a closed circle. It's closed. So meaning it's these, we just repeat this little simple process, sort of like a basic insurance plan in a sense. You know what I mean? Amongst our, amongst our family and kinfolk like that. And for 10 years we've been doing this. Some people that's in the chat that's been rocking with us for that long, you ain't never ever and never ever will hear like, oh, I gave my money and I didn't get the product, I didn't get the service. They ran off with it. For 10 years, we've been standing solid, strong, running in the background. And see, one thing about us, we ain't up here obviously hooping and hollering and paying for paid advertisement and all that. Ain't nothing wrong with it, and we will, you know what I mean? But that ain't our angle. When you look up and you just check the track record, these niggas have been the absolutely most solid niggas in this so-called, that come from the tree of conscious community. And I dare say the only brothers that share a platform, because everybody else too goddamn egotistical on they shit. Like my brother Minister Jew came and was like in a nutshell, instead of him having to create his own Facebook and his own channel and build it up from scratch, he was always and still do tap in on my shit and just here go the link, y'all fuck with me, get at me, here I am. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what it's about, and that's what we get down, man. So the proof is in the pudding over here, man. We can show you real life deals. We can show you people that manifest some shit and got their mind right on some shit. And so I like to say that, Jew is more on the mental, spiritual plane of some shit, and I'm on more of the spiritual, physical plane of it, because I want to get down to business and set up some, like my cousin, man. My cousin sent me some shit today, a picture of an Audi. He just bought a used car and shit. And I'm like, that's you? You like that? And I was about to say, nigga, when you gonna start getting into some assets that's gonna pay you for life? Because nigga, what you gonna work until you die? But then I said, you know what, man, he got a moment, congratulations and shit. It's not necessarily, I gotta stop taking the position of trying to force my viewpoint on motherfuckers in a sense. You know what I mean? But anyway, man, that's what we doing, man. Go ahead, Drew.
Hey man, that's what it is. Shout out to all the Love Fund members, man. That's like one of our greatest creations ever, man. It's simple, but it's just dope. Especially when you understand the backstory of how it was created. But yeah, man, like you said, man, get the book, Hip Hop Laws of Attraction, where we really speak it into existence. Really, really great read, man. It's entertaining, it's exciting. It opens your mind up to different possibilities of what you're listening to and how to interpret what you're listening to, and et cetera, man. So it's really dope. Visit the site, theimaginationguru.com. Join the membership, man. You think this something we getting down like every month? It's 4 or 5 calls and webinars and different techniques and one-on-one coaching, and it's worth every dollar that you invest in yourself, because you will get it back if you take it serious and you really practice the principles. You're gonna have breakthroughs. It just takes a matter of conditioning your mind and believing in yourself. Is really all that it takes. But outside of that, man, that's it, man. Hey man, it's a 2-hour show, and I'm still feeling good. I can go for another hour, but look, it's we're gonna walk it out, and we catch y'all on the next broadcast.
That's what it is, man. Peace.